Welcome everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Before we move on to the main topic, let me just say something quick. Given the current craziness the whole world is going through due to the coronavirus, I came up with this solution in my car. Several passengers have shown appreciation and have said the way I did it was great and that I should share it. I honestly thought it was not big enough of a deal, but as per people's suggestions, I am gladly putting it out there. Let me know what you think. By the way, this can also be implemented on the driver's section of school buses or public transportation buses. As disclaimer, I am not promoting or endorsing any brands or products mentioned here. I am not profiting from any of them. Feel free to use these brands or the ones you trust. Now, this is just a glimpse of the project completed. 100%. I have been driving this car as you see it here for quite a while now, since the beginning of May 2020 to be more precise. As you can see, it's the dividing plastic made wall. It is placed right behind the front seats, almost touching the back of those seats. The plastic material I used is a bit thicker than those used for general purpose. I paid premium for this, but that's okay with me. You can definitely find something similar for under $10, either at Amazon or Walmart or wherever store you prefer. Anyways, both passengers and driver will be separated by this transparent plastic divider, which runs from left side interior wall to the right side wall of your car and from the ceiling to the floor. This project really will cost you no more than some 30-40 US dollars, and you will be glad you have this going in your car. The passengers also will appreciate it a lot. But yeah, this is basically it. I hope you make some time to get this going in your vehicle. Keep watching to see how I made it and see some tools and materials I use, and also in-depth procedures and tips. You will need heavy-duty, the strongest you can find, duct tape, clear transparent tape, glue, transparent and capable of working on plastic, vinyl, rubber surfaces, Velcro tape, a cutting tool or scissors, tape measure, transparent plastic. The size will depend on the size of your vehicle, and also molding strip. In this case, I used a window molder that I found at Lowe's, I believe. This is the material that keeps the plastic attached to the ceiling inside of my car. The areas of it that matter are the flat sides that I labeled A and B, for the purpose of easy identification. More on that later. It is important for this material to be flexible enough, as it needs to bend and mold onto the vehicle's curvatures without breaking. As you can see here, this particular material is quite flexible. Let us remember then that the areas to be used are the ones labeled A and B. At all times, it is side A that will be attached onto car's walls and ceiling using Velcro tape. The plastic will be set in between sides B of both strips. It will be kept in place by using fast, strong glue. This is the tricky part. I took measurements of the area needed to be covered. I measured for both the molding strips and the plastic to be used. Both corners have to have their own set of molders, separate cuts from the ceiling and the sides of the car. Otherwise, they won't be able to bend enough and they will break. Later, when ready to cut the plastic, try cutting an inch or two larger to leave room for minor measurements mishaps. Molding strips will be separate cuts, again left and right sides, corner and ceiling. Use 2 strips for each side. In the next section, I will be using spare parts to demonstrate. There was really no need to build a brand new divider also. I used 2 pieces of molding for each side of the vehicle. The plastic will be set in between the 2 strips of molding. I am using tape to keep sticks and plastic attached to each other, only to show you how it would look. But I set glue on side A and B of the first molding strip, set the plastic on it and press firmly and tight. I set clamps and or heavy objects onto the strips to help all stay in place and allow the glue dry up. After that, we can attach the second molding strip. We're gonna set some glue onto its side labeled side B, and then attach it to the side B of the one that is already holding the plastic. And again, once this section is all dried up, move on to the corner section, do the same procedure. After that, move on to the sides. Once all sides have the molders and plastic attached, it is time to set the Velcro tape onto sides A of all molders. You will see it is easier to set both strips of the Velcro tape onto the molder and peel off its protective cover right at installation. But yeah, as you can see, it is nice and flexible, and it'll just attach fine in the curvatures of your car. But yeah, again, it's easier to again to set both the strips of Velcro onto these pieces all together. So once the divider is in place, attached to the ceilings and sides, reinforce the strength of the ones attached to the sides by making some incisions onto the plastic, onto the divider, and through those incisions you're gonna pass tape, a piece of clear tape from the inside out and around the car, and then you're just gonna cover those incisions once you have set them. You have set those strips of tape around them. So cover these incisions with more clear tape. This will help a lot when driving with windows open, especially on highways. There I'm just pointing out how the tape that you're sending through those incisions would look. Originally, I did not intend to use any tape, but after a few weeks of testing this idea out, I realized it needed a bit more work, hence the extra tape around the molders. The tape on the ceiling and sides helps then to keep the driver or the divider from coming apart. It also helps keeping the air you inhale and exhale in your area, and so is also for the passengers. Try using duct tape that is heavy duty graded, else the heat of the summer will render the bonding elements of all glue material inadequate. I have had no issues of that nature in my car anymore since I started using the strong tape. By the way, the plastic can be as large as you need it to be, so that it's able to reach underneath your seats if you like it so. And yeah, this is how it would look like at the end. The tape is also going to be set on the driver's side all around the molding strips. If you think this video can help even one single person, would you share it? Please hit the like button. Comments and questions are welcome.